Hey, well, good morning to you. It is Monday morning, kicking off the work week, kicking off school week, kicking off the play week, kicking off whatever you might be kicking off this morning. This morning, as I'm up, I have walked a couple of miles to get my blood flowing, to get myself moving. So I want to share some things with you. Good morning, Mr. Floyd Lewis. How you doing, sir? Hope everything's going well with you. Good morning, Tambra Cows. Great morning, great Monday to you. I hope your day is kicking off greater than what you even expected, right? This morning, uh, I think it's important for me to share that we have some responsibility, civic responsibility, that we have responsibility and we must rise up now as citizens in your city, your county, your state, your country. Uh, it's so important that we understand that if there's anybody that's supposed to be influencing, it should be us. Today, in my area, I'm in Mississippi. It is the last day to register to vote. I think it's critically important that you, whoever's listening to this, I'm asking you to share this with your children, grandchildren, your friends. Tell them to share with theirs. That literally, for black and brown citizens of this country, our ancestors died for us to have the opportunity to cast a vote. And that's very serious. It's very serious. It's very critical. And I want to really encourage you to ask at least 10 people that you know, are they registered to vote? And if they tell you no, offer to help them get registered by 5 o'clock today. And even those that might say they have been just as impacted, those that might say they've been just as impacted, there's a misunderstanding about felonies in voting, and many of those that are just as impacted assume that they cannot vote. We must educate our people. We must educate our community. So as I sit out here this morning out by the pond, what registered in my mind is that even Jesus said, "Render unto Caesar's what is Caesar's," right? In other words, there is civic responsibility that we have. And as tax-paying citizens, it is irresponsible for us not to go to the polls and vote. So I want to encourage you, one, to encourage as many people as you know to get registered, because today is the deadline for the November 7th election. But two, to make sure that we are ushering people to the polls. It's critical. We're at a critical juncture in our state. We're in a critical juncture in our country. And I'm telling you, one of the things that you can do to at least let your voice be heard and to respect the sacrifices of your ancestors and my ancestors that literally died securing our right to vote. So we got to press forward. Good morning, Michael McGee. I'm asking all of you that are listening to even now share this message with as many people as you know. share it. The intersection for me of faith and and responsibility for Civic is that I believe that I cannot not be involved and that not create a problem in my faith. And I know everybody listening right now, we don't have the same faith stance, but listen what I'm saying. There's no way I can claim to be a follower of Jesus and not understand it's my responsibility to exercise my vote, my right to vote, to pay my taxes. We are to obey the laws of the land. Well, there are laws that are unjust. There are unjust laws. There's unjust treatment, in particularly of minority people. And the problem is that we will complain but stay at home on election day. We will complain but not get registered to vote. I will not stop shouting this until you hear me. The things that you've heard me take a stance against and the things that you heard me say things about, they were driven by my belief that all people count. Well, one of the ways for it to count for you is to make sure you vote and everybody in your household is registered to vote and that they go to the polls and vote. We have a responsibility, guys. As Black and brown citizens, we cannot afford to continue to ignore this right, to ignore this responsibility to go vote. Secondly, we have a responsibility to vote for those that we believe represent what we stand for and what we believe. We have a responsibility to do that, right? I have no responsibility to vote a certain way, a certain party. My responsibility is first and foremost is to vote according to my conscience and what I believe. However, let me tell you what you're not going to find. You're not going to find a perfect candidate. You're not going to find a perfect candidate that lines up with everything you line up with and you stand for. You're not going to find that person. But that's not an excuse to say it don't matter. I'm just not going to worry about it. It don't make a difference anyway. No, sir, it does make a difference. And it is critical that you involve yourself in this process. All right? So in the state of Mississippi, we are facing a Goliath of issues, a Goliath of problems. And by and large, I believe that the black vote has been taken for granted for so long that we simply cast our vote if we vote blindly or we choose not to vote. Well, the way for that to change is for you in record numbers to get out to the polls and go vote. That's what I'm telling you. Get out to the polls and go vote. I do not know a time that I've missed voting unless I was in the hospital, sick or dying. I fought for my country because it is my country. However, if I'm going to help change my country, I've got to be a serious person that is serious about civic responsibility, Mike Span, and I got to get to those polls and go vote. So that's my word for you this morning. I'm probably going to throw a fishing hook in there a little while, catch me a few white perch, and, maybe go clean them up and get Trey Baby to fry them hard for me, right? So, today is the day that I normally take off and kind of relax and recalibrate. But I want to encourage you, okay? And for these next less than 30 days, I am going to be sharing with you, and I hope you'll share with others, that we will take this responsibility seriously when we go to the polls and cast our vote. I hear you, Floyd. Floyd said he like white person. That's my favorite fish, actually, Floyd. Boy, them good white person big slabs. We got to get them, sir. We got to get them. All right. Hey, if I catch enough of them, Floyd, I'm going to share what I have. You just give me a shout. Listen, guys, it's important. Please don't let the day go by and not ask at least 10 people, are they registered to vote? All right. Hey, God bless y'all. Have a wonderful day. Praying for you. Be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. Just know we must take a stand for what's right for all people. I love you. Peace.